Dear Honourable Minister Patty Hajdu, my name is Julia Joyce and I am the Research Director at TheraPsil. After attaining a Master's in Neuroscience from the United Kingdom, I moved to Canada, and it is truly an honour to be a resident of this beautiful, progressive and welcoming country. I acknowledge the land on which I live, work and play is within the unceded traditional territories of the Lekwungen peoples. I would also like to acknowledge that as I speak today about psilocybin, I recognise that the whole field of psychedelic medicines wouldn't exist without the Indigenous knowledge keepers. And with that, I have immense gratitude to the Indigenous peoples who graciously continue working with academics and settler cultures. I started my time at TheraPsil helping patients put together their Section 56 applications. From the very beginning, I had the opportunity to listen to patient stories, hear about their pain, and come to learn that they are desperately searching to alleviate this pain. I would like to personally thank you, Minister, for your compassionate response in considering and granting the exemptions for 35 Canadian patients so far for psilocybin access. It is because of you that I have also had the privilege to listen to these individual stories of hope, hear about their emotional relief, and come to learn about their journey of acceptance through psilocybin therapy. However, I am acutely aware that Canada has a growing mental health crisis. This crisis has not only been amplified due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but also the discovery of hundreds of unmarked residential school graves has undoubtedly uprooted immense trauma for Indigenous peoples. The 35 individuals who have been granted an exemption so far therefore barely scratch the surface when it comes to eligible Canadians who are seeking psilocybin therapy and who have failed to achieve a satisfactory reduction in symptoms from current available treatments. Psilocybin therapy represents a reasonable choice for emotional healing and for a range of medical indications and have been used for centuries as sacraments within Indigenous cultures. Research studies have shown time and time again that psilocybin is safe, non-addictive, and can have rapid and lasting positive effects when used as a treatment option for those suffering from addictions, mental health issues, and end-of-life distress. However, because of the various restrictions that have arbitrarily been made to psilocybin since the 1960s, it has been made difficult or at one point impossible to continue to study psilocybin's therapeutic effects, not to mention that these restrictions have turned thousands of Canadians into criminals, disproportionately affecting BIPOC communities. While the current Controlled Drugs and Substances Act now allows research with Schedule III drugs, the bureaucratic delays and financial burdens associated with the status directly raises the barriers to performing research with psilocybin, and notably, this scheduling is still criminalising Indigenous people's use of traditional medicine. Alongside these tight regulations, psilocybin has been depicted very negatively by politicians and media over time, and this has led to many stigmas and misconceptions. As a result, this has created further barriers for individuals seeking this treatment as they fear being stigmatized by society as well as family and friends. I also grew up around these stigmas. I believe that psilocybin was highly dangerous, harmful to health, and therefore only bad people or criminals took it. These perceptions only changed once I was educated otherwise, and I learned about the potential uses of psilocybin to heal. At TheraPsil, I am not only committed to advocating for individuals who are seeking legal access to psilocybin, but I am also committed to destigmatizing psilocybin through evidence. Therefore, I see it as essential to ensure we are gathering data on patients who have been given access so that we can continue to learn. This past year, we have collaborated with leading universities and institutions, both nationally and internationally, to design a unique observational study that follows both patient and the patient caregiver's experience of accessing legal psilocybin and undergoing psilocybin therapy. Observational research plays an important role in supporting the advancements in psychedelic medicine, as it allows us to collect data and expand our knowledge for further studies, which ultimately improves the healing process for patients. However, this valuable research is at risk as Health Canada is delaying patient applications. Patients have been asked to enroll in clinical trials, but there are none. Patients need access now, and unfortunately at TheraPsil, we come to learn that many individuals die before being given access to this treatment. I do not understand why some patients have been given access while hundreds of others are made to wait, creating further anxiety and distress. This is discriminatory, and I know Canada can do better. Minister, it is so essential at this time to allow patients access to psilocybin by changing the current regulations to allow psilocybin to become medically available. And in the meantime, you must keep granting Section 56 applications to allow observational research to take place so that we can continue to move forward and learn. Changing regulations for psilocybin would mean eligible individuals could access this treatment option with their doctor support, which in turn helps to destigmatize current negative perceptions. New regulations would also mean patients could access this treatment faster, and healthcare professionals across Canada would be able to train in this unique modality, which ultimately ensures therapy is being delivered safely and effectively to individuals. Canada has the opportunity to support the rebuilding of Indigenous communities as they heal from colonial trauma, and to build a reputation to become a world leader in developing new treatments for a variety of mental and medical indications. From our recent poll, we know that the majority of Canadian public support psilocybin regulation changes. Minister, now is the moment to get on the right side of public opinion and move towards reasonable and transparent medical regulations so that all Canadians in medical need can access this treatment option. Thank you.